Hey guys, it's Jen, and today I'm going to be sharing with you my recipe for beef chili in the Instant Pot. I posted a What's for Lunch video a few weeks back, and I got some requests to share my recipe. So here is what you'll need. You'll need a couple pounds of ground beef. I used 2 pounds, a green bell pepper, a small onion. Not pictured is some garlic paste, which you'll see later. I also used cumin, chili powder, garlic powder, and smoked paprika. And then for the tomatoes, I had some tomato sauce. I did not end up using both cans. I also had a can of crushed tomatoes and a can of petite diced tomatoes in juice. I use regular kidney beans, so I just have 2 cans, one dark red kidney beans and one light red kidney beans. And so that's basically what you'll need. So I have my Instant Pot set up on the counter here. My advice would be to try and put it somewhere where there's not a cabinet above it, because when you vent it, the steam will come out and you don't want to ruin your cabinet. So the first thing I do is I take the insert out, and then I'm just going to put about 2 tablespoons of olive oil in the bottom of that. The thing I like about the Instant Pot is that you can saute your veggies and meat in the same pot, so you don't have to dirty another pot like if you were going to cook it in a crock pot. So I'm just going to go ahead and dice up my green bell pepper. While I was doing this, I had my ground beef defrosting in the microwave. We get a quarter beef a couple times a year, and so we always have hamburger and in the freezer. So I went ahead and defrosted that, and then I'm going to chop up my onion. This was a strong onion. For some reason it made my eyes water a lot, but anyway, you can use a larger onion if you want, but I'm not a huge fan of chopped onion. Obviously when it's in the soup you really can't tell. So here's my veggies and olive oil in the pot, and what you want to do is just push the saute button, and it will act like it's not doing anything for a little bit. That 30 will come up, but just wait, and then you'll hear it beep and it'll switch to on. So then you know that it's getting hot. Like I said, I was going to also add in some garlic paste, probably about a tablespoon. If you didn't have this, you could definitely use chopped jarred garlic, or you could chop some garlic yourself. So now you can see that the oil's getting hot, and I just stir around the veggies until I put the hamburger in. So again, this is 2 pounds of hamburger. This makes quite a bit of chili, so we usually eat half of it one night, and then I put the rest in the freezer for another meal. So you just want to saute your beef until it gets nice and brown. I could have drained this, but this beef actually doesn't have a whole lot of grease in it, so I did not do that this time. So now I'm going to add my tomatoes. I'm just adding a 28-ounce can of tomato sauce, a 28-ounce can of crushed tomatoes, and then I'm going to add the diced tomatoes, and I do not drain those. I just go ahead and add the juice in with them. Next, I'm going to add my 2 cans of beans. I went ahead and drained these, but I did not rinse them because I wanted that moisture on there to help thicken up the soup. And then I'm just going to use my tomato can and pour in 1 cup of water. And then once you stir that around, you can kind of see if the consistency is right for you, and if you want to, you can add more tomato sauce, but I thought that was pretty good, so I left it as is. Next, I added my seasonings. All in all, I added about 5 tablespoons of chili powder, 2 tablespoons of cumin, a teaspoon of smoked paprika, a teaspoon of garlic powder, salt and pepper to taste, and then I also like to add about 2 teaspoons of sugar to my chili, just because I think that it tones down the tomato sauce a little bit. So once that's done, you can lock your lid on, make sure that your vent is closed, and then you're going to go ahead and push the cancel button because you have it on saute, so then it'll say off, and then you just want to go ahead and push the button that says bean/chili, and again it'll come up with the 30. So we're going to cook it for 30 minutes. You'll wait you'll hear it beep and then it'll switch to on. So when it's on, this means that it's coming to pressure. So you'll have to wait maybe about 15 minutes, and then once you see the time pop up, that means that it's cooking. So we're gonna go ahead and let this cook for 30 minutes, and then when it's done, I'll show you what to do. Okay, so once it's done, it automatically switches to keep warm, which is nice. So like if you're not home, it'll just keep it warm until you get there. But what I'm gonna do is just move that little stopper over to vent, and it will let the steam out, and it'll probably take about 5 minutes to let all of that steam out. So just let it go until you cannot hear any more steam coming out of it. Okay, so now that it's all vented, we're just going to go ahead and unlock the lid, and there is your chili. It's still bubbling, you can see, and I just go ahead and stir it up and let it sit in there and keep warm. It really makes really good chili. The beef comes out super tender, so this is my new favorite way to make chili. To go along with it, I made some pigs in a blanket. These are just beef hot dogs wrapped in crescent rolls. My kids love those. They're not big fans of chili, so I always make those with it. Here's a look at Adam's bowl with the chili. And then we also have some oyster crackers and then just some sharp cheddar shredded cheese. So that was our dinner tonight. I ended up having mine I had a small bowl of chili, and then on the side I made myself a salad with spinach, blue cheese, craisins, apples, and the candied pecans from Trader Joe's. And then I'm just using some of this honey apple cider vinaigrette from Newman's Own. So that's it. Thanks for watching. If you want the full recipe, I'll type that in the description box below. Have a great day, and I hope you tried this recipe soon.